Gonna do the same basic strategy, sell everything to get some good money. But then the problem comes with those sugar beets, because I can't really harvest them unless I do it manually for cheap, or if I rent for expensive. And I decided well, I did some math, I should say, and tested to see what all I can get away with. And turns out, if I max up my loan, I can rent harvesters and buy everything else. So the only things I'll be renting would be harvesters, which is perfectly acceptable, I think. Anyways. So, first thing though, we want to get the multi-storage shed down, because this thing is awesome. But I want to try and place it correctly so it at least looks somewhat aesthetically pleasing and is still functional enough. So if we line it up so that way you go in through the same basic way, like so. And then it's got the pipe for loading, for unloading there, and then you can load in through the driveway. Or the way it's placed is if you just kind of bump in to any one of these doors, you can unload to it and it'll work fine. So that's the alternative option. But with that, that means that I can do stuff. I can do lots of stuff. So we're gonna want one of these, and I've decided to go with a different color scheme for everything just because I tested through the stuff that I want to use and found out what I can actually change color on. No, I don't want that one. I keep defaulting that one because it's red, but I want yellow now because I've changed the color scheme. Since I can't change the color of most of the trailers that I'd be using. Well, I can change the colors of some of them, but not the ones that I care about. The other important change I made was these were normally part of the Giant Software vent pack mod, whatever. But there was a flaw with them in that you can't use the forage harvesters because they changed the head on it because they're smart. So I can't use that trick anymore. And then the maximum capacity you can get in any one of these is 145 with this one, which just isn't enough for my purposes. Honestly, if this thing cost 600 grand, I would buy it because it's got, these two have modified capacities. So this one's 20,000, this one's 40,000, when they should be like, this one's 9,000, this one's 16,000 or whatever. I think that's similar to what the originals were anyways. But it's modified, so it does 40. And it's got a top speed of 20 miles an hour, so it's perfect. And as I learned, and as we'll find out in just a second when I switch to it, there you go. Oh, still doesn't like shift. But as I learned with these, apparently I can just these large ones, this 45-footer has a header trailer built in. And as I figured out from some inspection, you can totally pull the trailer with the harvester because it does have a little pin on the bottom there. So I can just drive this thing around and be good to go. And that's fantastic. So first things first, because one of these fields needs to be harvested ASAP, because it will wither by the end of the day. The other ones will not wither until 3 a.m., which is also when the sugar beets are capable of being harvested. So it's a bit of a nuisance, but it means that I don't have to spend 2 days leasing the sugar beets because it doesn't start till tomorrow anyways. So I can just rent it for the 1 day and then save some money in that respect. Also, I need to get rid of help window because I can't turn that off because of the way my wireless keyboard works. It's got a function key and it does not accept the function key for F1 for whatever reason in Farming Sim. I don't know why. It's a bit of a pain, but not really. I guess is the best way to put it. Oh, I'm way too far north. I want to be on the main straight. Strictly because I need to drop off this header, which is only good for sunflower and corn, of which I don't have any corn, but I have 2 sunflower fields for some reason. I don't know why. I just do. Whoa, there you go. Nah. But yeah, I like this setup. This setup works really well because you can get your big header on the back, and because the corn headers fold, you can put that on the front and you can just drive around like this, and it's no different than a normal tractor with a 4-wheel tipper. Or rather, I should say with a steering tipper. So this works. The other changes I did was I changed night shadows and mirrors down from their settings, so they're just set at minimum. So night shadows is 1 and mirrors is 0. So in theory, I won't ever chug, because I think that's the only thing that was really messing with me too much. Unless there's some other factors that I've also changed that I don't recall. Or by accident, if I'm honest. But yeah, so we'll go with that. So I shouldn't be chugging anymore, even though I'm running a dedicated server, which is nice. Might still chug though when I change to you. Might still chug though when if I have people join, or when it saves, because I didn't test it too well, if I'm honest. I tested on single player just to make sure that I had my math correct and everything. Drop that. So now it's just sitting there waiting, and I can go harvest that when I'm ready, and then we'll deal with that later. Because I've got time right now. I've got basically all day to take care of these fields and whatnot. Basically, anyways. And then this is the only problem with placing it there, is it doesn't have height for the ramps. So, meh. I'll deal with it. It's not really an issue, but it works. And that's all that matters. This field, however, is still somewhat broken. I have not tested if I need to plow it. I'll find that out. I love this system, though. I love it. Because you can just bring the harvester around, and sure, it's 20 miles an hour, but you only need the one harvester until I can afford many of them. And because I have to pay, 400 grand each, I can't even get the cheap ones. Because I really want the efficiency of not having to empty the harvester every 3 minutes or whatever. Because the workers are just annoying. So we gotta start. We gotta run over a little bit of the field. And it doesn't harvest for whatever reason, so we got to reset. Comma. Straw is not available for current fruit type. Sure it is. No, stop. There we go. So I am going to start doing this just for the sake of it, because it makes the fields look less terrible. And I've got a trailer, and the one that they give me for the trailer is the best one. So why not? Interesting the way that they did that, because they give you... they give you the best loading wagon, which is 131, if you were to buy it. But for some reason, it's set so that way when you sell yours, it's 886. Clever. Not entirely sure how it works, but it's clever. And that's all that really matters, right? Probably. Probably. So we've also got you. And you're gonna be my schlep trailer. We've got you, who's going to be my seeder. And then that's all that we have for now. So I need to go for tractors. Oh! Oh! That's what I did wrong. So I was having a problem in that I was trying to set destinations, but it wouldn't show up in the map, and it's apparently because I disabled this, so that's why they were gone. So now I should be able to set destinations again, right? So if I go you, yeah! I was gonna say, it set something because my thing was flashing, but oh yeah! That's way better. Now I can actually go to the shops as I need to properly instead of getting screwed. That's lovely! Also, I'm getting lost in menus right now, in forgetting what I need to do. So, I need truck, and we're gonna keep you gray, but with all the good things. And then we're gonna go with maroon, the same color as the shirt that I have for this character. And then we're gonna have the trailers be boring gray. I like the black and yellow, I really do. But because the extra tag trailers I'm going to use are this bull, because it holds 32,000 instead of the next best one, which does 21,000, and it's got the high point hitch. So I'm limited in what I can do in that. So we're just going to go with that and call it good. Let me make sure I didn't accidentally buy one of those already. Okay, yeah, I only bought the big body. Perfect. We'll get one of you. And make it the same silvery color so it at least vaguely matches. Because that's, you know, nice. May as well make it look somewhat nice. Or at the very least, you know, pretend. Okay, and that was a save. That's fine for a save. I can live with that. Or I could turn it off, honestly. There we go. Perfect. And then for reasons, I'm going to put you over by field 22 and 23. For now. For reasons. Because there's going to be a lot of sugar beets eventually. And I'm not going to worry about transporting stuff quite yet. So we want you... You're just going to be my schlep tractor for now. I think that's the way that I had it previously as well, but you're just going to be the schlep tractor. The shmup. And eventually this is going to be the baling tractor, but we'll deal with that when we come to it. But for now, I want to make sure to dump off all my stuff. So that way we're good to go, right? Because then I can sell these trailers and get another 60 grand or whatever.